Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I'm Shannon. On my channel, I discuss manifesting as a lifestyle, and you have success with my processes. That's why I am the only manifestation coach you need. In fact, I'm your favorite coach because you keep having success. I have posted a success story to remind you anything is possible for you. Remember, you are the operant power. You are the operant power. And I want to talk about the story. Life is a story. Life is a story. It's the story that we are telling. And what story are you telling? Because the story you're telling in your head, in your imagination, that story that's just running through your mind all the time is what's manifesting in your world. The dominant story is manifesting. One of my past videos where I have a message from one of my clients, he texted me 2 hours after I did this. What did she do? I am the prize affirmations, okay? And she was on the phone with him for an hour. Is that immediate results or what? You guys have the power to create immediate results. 2 hours after affirming, living in the end, living in the wish fulfilled. What did she do? She lived in the wish fulfilled. She let the problem go away. She kept knowing and feeling that she's number one. She's the prize. So keep knowing that you're the prize. You said, loved your guided meditation last night. Beautiful. In my VIP group, I did a guided meditation. That guided meditation was living in the end, being loved with your specific person, and a master manifester. You know how to manifest. You know how to manifest your reality. So if anyone's interested in being part of my VIP group, the link is in my description. If you want to be part of a community, you want to manifest really big things, you want to move to phase 2, where you're knowing you're the operant power. I am absolutely sure, 100% sure, your desire is manifesting. Okay, what's the meaning, I am the prize? What do you want it to mean? Sure, you could look into a little deeper into that. Like, well, what is the prize? Well, you're the gift of life. That's the prize. Being born, the fact that you were born, you're the prize. It means you know that you get your desire just because you exist. Pay attention to the stories that you're telling. Your awareness is what's going to help you propel to the next level of your manifestation journey. When you have the awareness of what you're thinking and what stories you're telling and what you're believing, you have that awareness. You're able to know that you could just shift your awareness and create your reality to be the reality that you want, to be the experiences you want, to shift into a timeline where you have your desire, to shift into the timeline where you already have the money, you already have the life you want, you already have the love of your life. I saw a video, she said, not everyone is you pushed out. Is this true? That's not true, but do you understand that your reality your reality is reflecting what you believe. If she believes that, then her reality is proving that to be true to her. It's already doing it. It's already happening. It's already doing it. It's already happening in your reality. You just were not aware of it. You're going to figure out if it's true by testing it. All you have to do is test it. I just keep testing it and proving that it's true. Okay, now also, it's not just the idea of everyone is yourself pushed out didn't just come from Neville Goddard and metaphysical teachers in the last century or this century, right? It's not just from these metaphysical teachers, but spiritual teachers for centuries have been talking about being one, the oneness of reality. So, I mean, that particular person doesn't see it, and that's okay. But know that this is true. What you're going to do is test it out. When you test it, you will prove in the testing that it's true. I've given many ways to test it out, but one really powerful way to test it out is to say affirmations, like new affirmations. Affirmations are things, some I am affirmations. Say I am affirmations to yourself that are new. And then you have to have the awareness, pay attention. The awareness means you're paying attention to your world and you're listening to what people say to you. And you're listening and you're seeing what's reflected back to you. Things that I affirmed, people were reflecting back to me, even when many of those things weren't true. And I tested it with lots of different things. Okay, things that I never said before. And then I started saying, my legs are strong. Guess what? Now people in my world started saying, Shannon, your legs look strong, when I was affirming that. When I was affirming, I look like I get Botox, which I don't. But I affirmed that. And then people were saying to me in the 3D, in the physical world, when I was getting my hair done, she said to me, Shannon, looks like you're getting Botox. I wasn't. So that was how I proved that. I chose things to say to myself and then watch the world repeat them back to me. I started saying, people are telling me I look like a celebrity. People started telling me I look like a celebrity. In fact, I was even on vacation and a whole group of people were fighting over the fact that I looked like a certain celebrity. I was sitting there just leaning back and kind of laughing like, no way, this is my manifestation. It was fun. Okay, so what do you want to say about yourself? I even was like, maybe I'm kind of like Yoda, like I could see the vision. And then that was reflected back to me. A friend, it's like one of the moms at the school said, Shannon, you're like Yoda. I mean, I never said that in the past. When I deliberately said these things, it reflected back. Okay, so those are the ways that you test that you're the operant power, meaning everyone's yourself pushed out and the world is a reflection of you, your beliefs about yourself. So what do you want to start saying? Why don't you start saying, I look, what, expensive? I am gorgeous. I'm a head turner. Because, I mean, what do you want to start saying? Maybe you already say these things about yourself, okay? But what do you want to say about yourself? Because it's going to reflect back to you. You're so smart. Or you are getting the promotion. Do you want to imagine you're hearing that? Do you want to imagine that? Okay, so this is how you test it. It's already happening. It's already happening. We just didn't know that was true because it appears that everyone is separate from us. That's the illusion of reality. The illusion of reality is that everyone is separate, but it's an illusion because they're really coming from within your consciousness. Hi, Ruby. Can you please explain why I am the only consciousness in entire possible existence? You're one with all consciousness. There's oneness. Okay, you are one with everything. Ways that it's been explained is it's like an ocean. The ocean is one. The ocean is one, but you could take droplets of water from the ocean. You're like one droplet from the ocean. Okay, and there are infinite droplets in that ocean. And in the universe, God, infinite intelligence, is one with everything within that. So that's one way to that we could perceive it with our conscious mind. Okay, so again, I just gave some examples of how you could test out everyone is yourself pushed out. It's not like you're the only person in your existence. Your experience, you're having an experience that is only your experience, okay? It's only the experience that you're having, individual to you, individual to versions of every person in your reality is a version that's coming from you. If you want to understand that on a deeper level, start to say, I intend to understand this on a deep level, because the answers will come to you. You will read different books that give you the answers that help you see a different perspective, and you'll understand because it's the infinite wisdom's within you. Can I get someone to act exactly how I want despite how they've acted in the past? Yes, you can. You need to change your conception of how you see them. You need to see them in that new light, not in the old way. You have to resurrect that new vision. That means you change your conception of them. Okay, you're the operant power. Knowing that you're the operant power, you're the God of your reality. Everything's a reflection of you. That person is only showing up and acting a certain way based on beliefs that you hold from your experiences of life and your conditioning, right? Okay, so here's what you're going to do. First, number one, how do you want them to act? How do you want them to interact with you? Paint that picture and get clear about that. How you want them to interact. That's first. You want to have that clear vision. Number two, you affirm it or visualize it or script it, right? Whatever you want to do, whether you're affirming it, knowing it, scripting it, or visualizing it, now it's done. You imagined it. It's done. When you think, now number three, anytime you think of that person, you're going to just know that it's done because you imagined it. Because that imaginal act is spiritual sensation. It's your creative power that creates your reality. Imagination creates reality, your reality. Your imagination creates your reality. Look through your eyes, okay? Now, you already have this. It's already done. What would that look like? So that part three was, anytime you think of that person, you're already expecting them to show up the way you assumed. But you have to hold to that. You persevere. You have to persist in that vision. You have to persist in the vision that they already are that new version, okay? And they must. If you persist, they must. Because again, that's another way to test everyone is yourself pushed out. Hi, Lynn. Can I manifest my business and a new house? Absolutely. You're going to claim it. Your word is already creating your reality. Your words, your thoughts, the vision that you're holding. All right, so you don't need to know how. That means you don't need to know how you're going to get the money. You don't need to know how it's all going to happen. What you're going to do is live from that vision in your mind. When you think of your new house, you're not going to say, how am I going to get the money? What's going to happen? You're just going to decide it's yours. That's it. It's yours. You could also use the law of reversibility. If you already this is going to the wish fulfilled, going to the end. If you go to the end, the wish fulfilled, and you're already claiming you have it. I already have my new business. I have my new business. I love that I have my new house. I manifested my new house. This is what you're saying internally in your imagination. You're just consistently saying that to yourself. Then your world, your subconscious mind is already pushing out what you're saying and what you're believing and what your dominant belief is. So your subconscious mind is compelled to push out to your world what you're affirming, believing dominantly, what you're dominantly believing. So that's why you go to the end. You just go to the end. You create a scene, construct a scene. Hi, Nathan. Thank you. You construct a scene in your mind that implies you already have your desire. Different ways to construct your scene would be in your new house. Imagine sleeping in your new house, or you're affirming, or you're having like a telephone technique, inner conversation with a friend, explaining you already have your house and it's beautifully decorated and your friends are congratulating you. Those are other ways to imagine living in the end. If you want to know how to live in the end, join my VIP group. It's a mastermind for you to live in the end and manifest your desire. Success begets success. So be around people who know that you're the operant power. That's going to help you be a master manifester. Manifesting a music career, do I have to do anything in the 3D, like put out music? Is that what you're saying, music? Not necessarily. You know, all possibilities exist. Live in the end and you'll naturally take action from where whatever you're living. You're always living in the end. Do you get that? You're always living in the end of something. Are you living in the end right now that your music career's already yours? It's done. Now, when you're living in the end, knowing it's done, then you're naturally taking action, whether you call it inspired action or whatever action. You're taking action. Some of the action might be thoughts. That's an action step, right? Having new thoughts, having new ideas. That's all aligning with where your focus is. All you have to do is affirm it. It's funny because my youngest son just said, my youngest son who's 10, he goes, maybe I think I want to be an actor. I was like, oh, really? I go, maybe you want me to put you in acting classes? And he looks at me, he goes, no, because I'm just going to naturally know how to do it. And I was like, see, it's like Neville Goddard even says, you want to be thinking like a child because a child's not thinking logically, and that's okay. You don't have to, but you could just know you're going to naturally, it's just going to naturally unfold. Now, what does that look like if you have your music career? What does that look like? Just tell me what it looks like if you already have it. What do you want to feel? What would you be thinking? How would you be seeing yourself? How do others see you? Okay. And then you could reread that every day. Just read that. Who knows how it's going to happen? It's going to happen. But all you have to do is keep reading what you wrote down and read it every day. Read it every day so you're creating that image in your mind. And remember, you're always living in the end of something. If you're reading that every day, maybe several times a day, 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and night, and you're reading that, then you're living from the end of that. And it must be pushed out. Can you manifest more hair? Absolutely, Christina. Reality is all an illusion. It really is. Okay, but you want to see you want to see or speak what you want versus what you don't want. So you understand why you don't have your manifestation is because we think that the reality is so real. You think reality is so real, and you look at something, you look in the mirror and you go, oh my God, my hair is coming out. Or we make assumptions, right? Like people don't want to wash their hair or shampoo too much, do you understand every perspective exists, and all people are experiencing all different kinds of things. Well, you're experiencing what you are experiencing because of the beliefs you hold. All you have to do is change your vision. So if your hair's coming out in the shower, just assume that's natural and there's more growing in. It's not coming out and then there's nothing more, but there's more coming in. My hair is growing. I love my hair. Well, whatever it is. Okay, again, you're painting the picture. Number 1, first you have to get clear. If you had your desire, what does your life look like? Okay, so the desire is more hair. Well, what does it look like if you have more hair? What do you say to yourself? What do you think? How do you feel? And then paint that picture and then just affirm that every day. You could even use visualization. I've used visualizations to my visualization. I close my eyes and I imagine something. And because our imagination is first cause. So you close your eyes and you imagine what you want to see. I imagine what I want to see. Even when my teeth were looking yellow, they were still yellow, but I closed my eyes and I was imagining I'm looking in the mirror, seeing bright white teeth. You don't want to dig up the seed by looking in the mirror saying, nope, it didn't happen, didn't work. No, you don't look at the evidence in the 3D. You have to hold to the vision in your mind. That's why you don't get your manifestation, because you're looking at the 3D, looking for evidence. Okay, so stop doing that and know that your creative power is your imagination. It is literally first cause. You could also imagine other people saying to you, wow, look at you. Like, they're complimenting you about your hair specifically. Yeah, do you say it out loud or internally? I just say it internally, but if you want to say it out loud, absolutely, go ahead and say it out loud. If I'm in my car, I might say it out loud, but most of you're already having internal thoughts. You're having up to 30 to 60,000 thoughts in a day, but you don't even know what those thoughts are because a lot of them are listening to the news or listening to television shows and listening to other people and listening to conversation and listening to whatever, everything. So all of those thoughts are being impressed on your subconscious mind. When you want to create intentionally, deliberately, consciously, you're going to create what you want from your imagination, not from what you see, hear, feel in the 3D world. Hi, Maria. When I program my brain new and my brain is freaking out, what should I do then? Just say, that's okay. It's okay. I'm freaking out and that's okay. Okay, so what's that going to do? It's gonna reduce any resistance. Because when we freak out and then we make a big deal about it, you actually just keep it here in your reality. You're allowing it. You just allow it. So what? You freaked out. No big deal. Okay, then what you should do? Just allow it, but you should try to redirect yourself. Why don't you cook a recipe or go for a walk or walk your dog or play with your cat or call a friend? Like, do you understand? You change the topic. It is a practice. And with practice, all of this is a skill. Manifestation is a skill. This is a skill. It's an art. It's the art of assuming. It's the art of assuming something that you don't physically see. It's the art of going into your imagination and trusting. Okay, so it does take practice and it is a process, and you could create anything you want to be. You could create anything. I want my ex to stay away from me, but he continues to come areas he knows I go. First of all, you have to remember your world is a reflection. It's a projection of your consciousness. So your ex will do what you assume in your imagination. Right now, that's what you're seeing, and you're assuming it, and you're having a reaction towards it. And that's why it stays in your reality. So first, again, what do you want? You want to be like left alone in peace. So that's where you want to put your attention more. Being left alone in peace. I'm grateful I have peace. I'm grateful I don't have to worry about that anymore. I mean, it's a story. Life's a story that you're telling. So you have to be aware. Are you consistently telling the story? You want your ex to stay away, but they're not staying away? He's not staying away? Or do you want to tell the story that he's gone? Thank God he's gone. Thank God he's gone. And I feel free. I'm living my life, right? So you have to pay attention to what story you're living in the end of, because you're always living in the end of a story. Dominantly, the story that you're living in the end of is what you see in your 3D. Your 3D is all the past thoughts and beliefs that you hold. So what's going to happen in your future, the perceived future of experience? What you're impressing on yourself right now becomes the future. So what do you need to be living in the end that it's already like, this is not a problem. It's not even happening anymore. Okay, you can use inner conversations. Imagine you're talking to your friends about it, and thank God that's done. So now what would be consuming your mind? Consume your mind with something else. The present moment, living your bliss, living your passion, living in gratitude. Consume your mind. Not all the time, right? Meditation. Consume your mind with emptiness, with the void. Okay, connecting with your higher self. Consume yourself with your energy and the love in the experiences you do want. I see people in my VIP group. I'm definitely gonna answer your questions first. I also do a live Q&A. I have a live Q&A in my VIP group on Saturdays, answering your questions. Aloha said, I've been selling things daily because I affirm it. Beautiful. So you're seeing a result. You're seeing your results. How can we manifest our ex back since we have been in no contact? Heidi, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you have to remember, the circumstance doesn't matter, because you are the one who's the operant power. Operant power means you have all the power. Everything in your reality is reflecting you. Everything in your reality is a reflection, a projection of your consciousness. It's a projection of you and your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions, the sum total of what you're thinking and believing. Okay, so that's why the circumstance doesn't matter, because you're the one who has the override button. You literally have an override button. But now you have to learn how to implement your override button, okay? So what are you going to do? Number one, get clear on what you want. You want your ex back. Okay, you have that. Okay, so you have clarity here, right? You're together, but why don't you paint that picture a little more? Step 2 is painting that picture. If you're already back together, what does it look like? What are you thinking? What are you believing? What are you saying? What is your person thinking about you? Like they're madly in love with you, right? So you need to be painting that picture. And then that's the wish fulfilled. Live from the wish fulfilled until it becomes your reality. Live from the wish fulfilled by reading what you wrote down, by imagining it, just by affirming it. Because your first cause, that's what you have to get down and understand, that your first cause and everything's reflecting you. It's like a shadow. Everything is coming from you, and you're the life-giving spirit in your world. How to deal with hot and cold from SP? Your SP is hot and cold because of you. They are reflecting you. They're confirming what you're doing. So here's what happens. You learn about manifesting a specific person, and now you're affirming, I'm beautiful and I'm loved and I'm chosen, and you feel good at home. And then maybe you go out and it's been 3 days, and then friends ask, hey, did SP ever call you? And you say no. And now guess what? You're reacting to a circumstance. No. So if you're internally feeling good, you're getting good, you like hot behavior, right? And then internally feeling doubts and worries and fears, then your SP confirms your doubts, worries, and fears, and then like, bye-bye. And then it's like that cold behavior, you don't hear from them. Guess what? Once you hear that cold behavior, now you're wondering, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? Now you're living from the end of what did you do wrong? When actually all you have to do is decide to bring them back to the hot behavior and the experience you want. To bring that back, all you had to do was start going back to living in the end. I'm irresistible, right? You're irresistible. Okay. First of all, you get your desire just because you exist. Because you desire it. It's already yours. Not because you're really irresistible, but why not create that in your reality? Because that's kind of fun, right? But just because you exist. That's your foundation. Because you exist, your desire is yours. Because you imagined it, your desire is yours. Because you desire it, your desire is yours. Okay, so how are you going to get hot behavior? Do you know? Now, what do you need to do? Now you need to stay living in the end. That's why I created my manifestation group. That's why I created my VIP mastermind group. Because when it feels like they're getting cold, you need to stay in the knowing. Don't react to circumstance. Right? So if you need that little bit of like hand holding, remember, just stay loyal. Remember, you are a goddess. Remember, you're gorgeous. Remember, you get your desire just because you exist. So that's why being part of a community is helpful, because your manifestations catapult to the next level, bigger and bigger and bigger, because you remember who you are. You want to remember who you are. It's like you have the override to that cold behavior. Don't react to it. Instead, just think like, what do you need to do to live in the end that you have everything you want? Then you're speaking that to yourself. Or you're also knowing, just because you exist, you get to have the love you want. If you want me to answer your questions, also I answer questions once a week. I have Q&A, and you want to be part of the group. You don't want to miss out. You belong there. You belong in a place where you know that you're the operant power and you're leveling up your manifestations, manifesting your desires. Join my group. Join free for a week. You guys can join free up here. You'll have success stories like this, results, and you can do it too by practicing living in the end. You guys, I love you all. I'm Shannon. If any of you are new here, I'm Shannon. You are the operant power. I'm helping you align to your reality. I'm helping you solidify knowing you're the operant power. You're creating your reality and create the beautiful life that you want. Manifest your desires. You are success. You must manifest your desire because you're the operant power and because you say so. I love you all. Have an amazing day. If you want to do the work on your own, my self-concept course, you will manifest your person. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the love. I love you all. Have a great weekend if I don't see you later. Bye.